Welcome to my channel. Today we are doing a reading just asking what is it that we need to know, and that's it. Alright, so I want to shuffle one more time. I did shuffle the cards before, and I need to plug in my microphone. Okay, and we have the Wealth card. The Ten of Discs for our subconscious energy to start out the reading. Oh my gosh, okay. I didn't realize until now that my lamp went out, so hold on a second. So we want to have some light. This is a good one if you haven't done an oil lamp before. I'm just burning sesame oil. And it's a good one just to dispel any negative energies that might be around. So I like to have that burning as well. Okay. All right. Okay. So what is it that we need to know right now? We have the Knight of Wands, and the Knight of Wands is really showing us that there is a new, likely masculine energy that is coming into our lives in a strong way. And the energy surrounding the Knight of Wands is the Justice card. So the Justice, I think I can do this to begin with. The Justice card is a major arcana. And it would be the energy of what it is that is removing the restrictions that you have been in. They wanted me to remove my hairband from my arm to show that. And it's really things coming full circle. So the energy of the Justice card is really showing us that there has been things that have been weighing heavy on your heart, and things that maybe were not balancing out the way that you thought that they should have been. And so what is it about this masculine coming into your life that is going to be brought to justice? And that is the Queen of Wands. And these cards are very interesting ones as well. They're the B Tarot, I think is what it's called. And the Queen of Wands really is a, it looks kind of like a masculine energy in this particular card. And what it means is that the energy here is being balanced and brought into justice from what it was that had been happening in the past. So if you have been seeing things being brought into justice in your life, you're going to continue to see that from now on. If you have been doing the right things, saying the right things, and intending the right things, then all of these things are going to start to balance out in your life. Okay. And so what is it that we can clarify as far as what is balancing out? And that is interference. And this is why they picked these particular cards. And so you can see this is the Eight of Swords energy. And the Eight of Swords energy is things kind of being stuck, not allowing things to flow freely from the things that have happened in the past. And so this card is showing us that the things that were stuck in the past are really starting to flow now and come into an an energetic state of stability. And so we want to talk a little bit about what that stability means. And the next card isn't really going to do that justice. So let's look at okay, so, okay, they want to look at the bottom card. That is the Queen of Cups. And so the energy that is being brought into clearing out of the energy is the Queen of Cups. And so what does that mean? What it means is the energy of what it is that you have been cultivating in your life is really starting to come full circle. And it's the energy of letting go of all of the fruitful things that you thought you were doing in the past to come into a greater state of love for yourself. Okay. And so these were the energies from the bottom of the deck. And so when we talk about interference, what is it that we're really talking about? And what it means is things that were happening that were out of your understanding, out of your control, maybe not, but out of really energies that were keeping you from being at a state of flow that are... And I'm sorry, I have the windows open, so I hope that that isn't too loud, but I saged before this reading, and so I wanted to kind of allow that to cycle out of the house. So it is what it is, and I think that's kind of the thunder rolling here is showing that energy of the interference card, and I'm not sure if you could hear that, but that's what is happening outside here now as well. So as we move on, what is it that we really need to know about this energy? And that is the energy of the 9 of discs. And so when we look at disc energy, we're talking about earth energy or pentacles. And the 9 of Pentacles is really showing that a lot of things have happened. You've started to understand a lot of different things that were happening all over. And now we're beginning to see that you are ascending into a newer and a higher level within yourself. Okay. And so okay, they want to have a different deck now. I do find these B tarot cards to be very interesting, but we're going to go... Is this the before or the after tarot? Okay. So I want to look at the energies here that are surrounding what it is that's truly going on. And so this is the before. So what we want to clarify is now that you have someone new coming into your life, it's balancing out the interference that you've been seeing because you're really starting to heal things at a greater level. And it's understanding what it is that's going on that we want to clarify a little bit more. And then we have the star card at the bottom of the deck, and I'm pretty sure it was there when I started. And so what we're really talking about here is the energy of healing. And we have the 9 of Cups. And this deck is very unique in that what I usually recognize the 9 of Cups is a little different for me, is a need to recognize the love in your life. And in this case, you can see that they are actually filling up the cups with wine or water or whatever you would foresee that to be. And so this is really starting to show us that what is healing is you are starting to recognize the love that is actually coming into your life. That's done. They said that was the majority of what it was that you needed to know here about the 9 of Wands. Okay, and then we have the 8 of Pentacles, and I love this card. And so what we're looking at here is the Pentacles, and you can see it is usually looking for learning and understanding and truly starting to learn all of the lessons that you needed to learn in this particular life. And so it's also showing a physical energy. And so what we're talking about here when we talk about justice is a physical energy coming into our lives. And as you look at this card, we're talking about the Knight of Wands, recognizing love finally coming in. The Justice card being, I would say in this case, completion of what it was that you needed to learn and what you needed in the physical world. And so the Eight of Pentacles here is showing that the justice and things being even out for your heart is actually a physical manifestation coming into your life. And so then we have the Four of Swords, and what we're clarifying here is the Queen of Wands. And what I said about the Queen of Wands originally was that it was a somewhat masculine energy here when I look at this particular card. And when we talk about the Four of Swords, to me, the Four of Swords is a healing card. It is energies needing to be healed. And so what it's also showing is that you have begun to balance the masculine energies that were present in you as well. And so you can see in this particular card, the butterflies that are coming in and truly healing. And this particular man laying down, as his hands kind of pointed to the sky, and you can see that he's really appearing to me anyway to be in a greater state of alignment. So I love that. And so what we're looking at here is the balancing out of the energies within you. And so then we clarify the interference and what is it that we needed to know about the interference as well. And we have the Knight of Cups. And you can see here there is a woman who is dressed in red. She actually kind of has a red tip to her hair. And she is offering her cup of love to a man, and he's kind of like grasping below the cup. And so what it's showing us here is the interference really was in your ability to give love and for the others around you to receive the love that you were trying to give to them. And the energies here that we need to recognize are the energies of red, which are the energies of the root chakra as well. And it's the energies here that were that of masculine energies as well. And that really needing to be balanced out and healed, not just within the feminine, but within the masculine as well. The other thing we need to point out here is that the energies of love are starting to flow here. You can see the birds are moving now into the right side of the card, into the future, and that things are starting to balance out where things had needed to be that way before. Okay, and so then we ask for the Nine of Discs or the Nine of Pentacles. What is it that needed to be recognized? And we have, oh my, this is the Five of Pentacles. And it is a very, very interesting card. I love it. Okay. And so the Five of Pentacles usually has two people kind of walking together in a disheveled way. And this particular card, you can see there's a window with the Five Pentacles and a light kind of burning brightly, and there's just one dog here standing there. And so what needed to be healed was you going through life alone. Like the person that you were supposed to be healing things with is missing from this particular card. And so when we're talking about what it is that needed to be corrected, we're talking about the missing masculine in your life. So that is what we're talking about, what needed to be healed within the divine masculine, within the divine feminine, within the collective as well. Okay. All right, so now we're going to go to the after tarot. Okay, I believe I have this correct. So this is kind of the same, it's from the same person who made the deck. So what we're clarifying now as the divine feminine goes along her path is, what is it that we need to know now? Okay. And that is the 9. Oh my gosh, the 9 of Swords. Okay. And this is a very interesting card. And so what we need to know now, and I don't know if that just happened, but is that you are now prepared to ward off anything that is coming towards you that is not loving in nature. Like, this thing looks kind of scary to me. And so what you can see in this particular 9 of Swords card, and I don't know if you can hear the thunder really just started roaring now, it's kind of shaking my house, is that whatever is coming at you, whatever storm it is that is brewing, that you're really starting to be able to, and not starting, you are really now able to defend yourself. You feel protected and able to move forward with the strength within yourself. Okay. And so, that is why you are able now to recognize the love in your life and have a new one coming in that is free from the interference. So what do we need to know about the justice and things being finally brought into their final state of what needed to be recognized in the 3D? And that is, oh my god, I love it, the 2 of Cups. And in the After Tarot, it is amazing. So you can see the Justice card, what is finally being brought into the 3D as I was channeling those energies. You can see the 2 of Cups here, they're actually embracing. They both have a cup in their hands and they're coming together in a final union. And that is the final Justice card that we're seeing here now as things play out. All right, so what do we need to know about the balancing out of the masculine energies and the healing that's been taking place here? And that is the Magician, and I love the Magician card. And in this particular card, it's the same thing, really. It's just all illustrated in a slightly different way, and that is that truly manifesting the energies of the heaven and the earth. And you can see one finger kind of pointing down where the other one is holding whatever that is, a staff, I'm going to say, above their head up to the skies, and the infinity symbol is clearly seen above the crown chakra. And so what we can say here with the Magician is it is truly that you are awakening. When I look at the energy of the Magician card, what it means to me is an awakening of higher consciousness, and the ability and potential to manifest your true desires. And so what it is showing is that you have balanced things out through the healing of your own inner self to be able to truly manifest your true desire of union coming into play. Okay. And so at the end of the day, when we look at the interference that was happening in love, what is it that we need to know now? Okay. And the energies that we need to know now are the Sun card. And the Sun card here is showing that it's a healing of the conflict. And so it's a healing of the conflict, as I just randomly picked up that deck, the healing of the conflict between the masculine and the feminine energies. And so here we have, I'm going to turn that one over. I think that was the only one that had any sort of nakedness. And so when we look at the healing of those energies, we're talking about them finally not being able to, I'm still going to look at it so I can channel the energies of not being, there we go. Okay.
This is a reminder. Vacuum.
Interesting. Okay. Sorry about that. Interesting. So I think that's happening for a reason. And so it's saying that we're finally taking out the rest of the trash, right? We're finally picking up the final pieces that needed to be cleared out. So what we need to know is that the masculine energy is really starting to recognize and pull the feminine towards them in a more miraculous way. So the energies here are really showing us the happiness that is coming about full circle from everything really coming into a state of balance, and the interference being that the masculine is finally ready to take his role in pulling the feminine towards him. Okay, and so when we look at when we are talking about the 9 of discs, right, we're talking about physical things and what is it that still needs to be done. So what we had was a missing masculine. So the result of that is the Knight of Swords. And so the Knight of Swords being someone who is finally coming forward to speak his truth. And this particular after tarot is very interesting. And so you can see the Knight of Swords in this particular card is showing a man who's really actually putting his sword towards another man. And what that means is that the one who is coming forward towards you is someone who is actually able to reveal the truth and to help you understand a true love situation. And so what you need to know about the Knight of Swords is that it is actually a true love situation coming full circle. It is one who is also coming in to speak his truth in order to prevent you from moving on and finding someone else. Because at the end of the day, what is happening here is a true understanding of karmic justice coming into play. So the understanding here is that you need to understand there's more than one masculine at play as well. So we had a Knight of Wands, and now we also have a Knight of Swords. And so there is a true love coming in, but this Knight of Swords is also coming in because he doesn't want to be left out in the cold, which is actually what this card is showing us. So there is more than one energy that is at play in the energies right now. And so if you're picking up on that, we can channel the differences between the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Wands energy is the one that you wanted all along. The Knight of Swords is who you wanted to show up, and the energy was so big with that one that he had to come along all the time. Okay, so what else do we need to know about this? Okay, so we've got a different set, perhaps? Okay, so I'm going to use my deck. So let's just ask, what do we need to clarify about the Knight of Wands energy? What is it that we need to know? And we can see the Magician kind of flew out there because I needed a place to shuffle, and it kind of blew the cards around. And so what do we need to know about the Knight of Wands energy? Okay, so the Knight of Wands in general isn't the strongest knight in the deck. However, what he does have is a great sense of passion, and he is a knight, so he's also moving, and he does have a sense of pursuit as well. And so when we talk about the Knight of Wands, what we're talking about is a fairly swift moving energy that is also passionate and strong. Okay, and we want to talk about, they wanted to look at the bottom of the deck and the Laborer card. So what it means is someone coming in and to actually work with you. And so you can see they're actually in a field, and there are fruits literally of their labor being displayed. So there are two people working together and seeing the fruits of their labor actually play out. So when we look at this Nine of Wands, what we need to know is trauma. So what we're talking about here is the fruits of your labor playing off, and this would then be the Justice card. So we're talking about all of the trauma that you went through finally coming into justice. So what else do we need to know? And that is the clearing of the karma. Okay, so we have that same thing. They're kind of just re-clarifying this, because when I was talking about the energy of the Queen of Wands, what we were saying is that there was masculine energy. The Four of Swords to me is healing needing to happen, and here happening, and truly starting to reach a higher level of consciousness. And being able to manifest your true desires. And of course, that would also include the clearing out of karma. And so what else do we need to know then about the, not only the Knight of Wands, but also the interference, and that is reflection. And in this case, it is beginning to understand and bring it all together of truly understanding that you have reached a higher level of consciousness, and that you're able to now understand what it was that was happening along your path. And that's it. Okay. And so what else do we need to know about the end game? And that's what this final card is going to show us. And that is progress. I love it. And so the progress card really is, you can see there's the energy of knowledge around her, right? There are books all over, and she's walking along her path towards the light. And so the end game is progress. And that's kind of the Nine of Pentacles energy as well. So what it means is, things have happened, things have taken place, but there's still some physical things that need to happen, which means that this missing masculine is actually still returning. Okay, so part of it, as is this one. And so we were clarifying here, let me correct myself, the Knight of, what we were clarifying was the Knight of Wands, if I can show that again, which was the original energy. So we're clarifying the Knight of Wands energy here as progress. So someone coming in finally in a passionate way, which is energetic progress towards the end game. Okay, so what we're going to do is shuffle again to clarify what we need to know about the Knight of Swords. So what do we need to know about the Knight of Swords energy? And the Knight of Swords, again, still a knight, still a masculine energy, and still forward movement. When we talk about swords, though, what we're talking here, to me, in the way that I kind of read this card, oh my gosh, I don't know if you can even see that, but this card that blew out was true love. Okay. And so what we needed to know was true love. And so I think this Knight of Swords card is showing us here the energy of what you thought was a true love situation actually being a karmic partner. Okay. And that energy, however, whoa, my ears are ringing now too, was destroyed so that you could bring in your actual soulmate. Okay. So that's it. That's really the understanding of what you needed to know right now. So the energy of this reading really is showing us that there's a lot of different energies at play now in the collective. And it's the understanding that the feminine is coming into that is truly allowing these energies to be resolved So the energy that we kept seeing coming up repeatedly of the in and out and the runner and the chaser and the deception energy that was coming up for a really long time is, I want to make sure you can see all of that, is really starting to come to a karmic fruition. And so what we need for you to know now is that the soulmate is here. And that what you thought, or what you wanted, was true love. What you thought you found was true love. You may have figured out that that was a karmic partner. Now, ultimately, they can be more than one thing. But a karmic partner just means someone that you needed to resolve karma with, meaning that there is something there that you needed to still learn. But that energy between you was destroyed. But what it's allowing you to do now is to truly find your soulmate. And so the energies that are surrounding the situation now are the energies of love finally coming together. Really that Two of Cups energy coming into play in the divine collective. All right, that's it. Thank you.